Let's get wild
with your host,
Doug Horoko.
and Leanne Campbell. We're spirit and business aligned. Today we're going to be getting wild with our wonderful topics with Doug's talking about his second chapter in his book, Unleash Your Inner Entrepreneurial. And I'll be sharing the spirit aspect with unblocking your chakras and color therapy. So with that being said, let's get right to it with Doug.
Really excited, Leanne, to chat about chapter 2 on my book, Breaking the Chokehold, 7 Simple Steps to Bust into the Life and Business You Love. And as you know, Let's Get Wild, our mini podcast here is where spirit and business align, because we all have gifts and talents and experiences that we have within ourselves, and we must share them to the world. I believe it's our God-given right, and as we've been given these amazing gifts, to share them and add value. And by adding value, we can monetize our talents. We can monetize our experiences, what we've gone through, and our gifts. And all it takes is we all can design a life and a business we love and create the income, lifestyle, and freedom we desire. And it's all about unleashing your inner entrepreneur. So I'm just going to explain a few things about that, really what that means. And so really what it is all about is, if you ever hear an inner voice in your head and I telling you that you should go in a certain direction, or you should use your specific talents and you should try something, you have to have the confidence in yourself and the bravery and to be able to follow that inner voice. And I attribute it to the same thing as the movie, The Field of Dreams, with Kevin Costner, where he has this voice talking to him and he travels all around the world and he really doesn't know why he's doing it, but he builds more and more clarity. And all of a sudden he realizes, hey, his whole purpose was to build a baseball diamond. And if you've seen the show, you'll understand why, what it is. But you just have to follow that inner voice, and you just have to continue to unleash and be brave and be confident and let that out. And I want to be able to just to share a few little things about entrepreneurs. So we want to unleash this inner entrepreneur. Well, it isn't that easy to do, even though we all can do it. There's some specific skills and characteristics and roles that we must play in order to do that. So I just want to give you a little bit of a background about who entrepreneurs really are. So if you ever wanted to unleash yours. Well, entrepreneurs, many studies have shown that they are doers, right? They make things happen, and they're independent souls that don't like towing the line. They like to set their own goals and create their own abundance and their own passion and their own happiness. And they're influential leaders and who navigate themselves and eventually sometimes grow their companies into large companies, and then they navigate others. And so they know how to get through the risks and the rigors of creating and building and growing something that can be a profitable and really fun and exciting enterprise. And if you don't resonate with that description of what I just said, you may want to think twice about unleashing your inner entrepreneur. You may not be quite ready, but if you do, you're likely ready to make those sacrifices and take those jumps and do the hard work that's required to unleash. And let me explain a little bit. So what kind of sacrifices will someone have to make when they're starting a business? And sacrifices are abundant, right? And there's going to be job security. You got to be careful when you're starting a side hustle, or if you're leaving your business for your own particular venture. You don't have a paycheck coming in day in, day out. You have to learn how to fetch for your food. You're going to have determination far beyond what you've ever done as an employee in order to pursue and work through all the challenges. And for sure, you're going to have less time and financial resources for leisure time in the beginning. But if you set up your business right, you will have freedom, flexibility, and opportunity. And you're also going to be spending so much time on building business challenges, you're going to have less time and energy to handle family issues and family growth opportunities as well, too. So anyhow, I want to move in quickly about what personality traits does somebody need to succeed in business. And I just want to be able to get this point. Human relation skills are so important for any entrepreneur because what you need to be able to, you have to have these interpersonal skills, and you have to be tactful and emotionally stable and considerate. And these are all vital to working with employees and working with customers. And you actually have to be able to communicate well. You have to negotiate with deals with suppliers. You have to empower employees. You have to improve productivity with your team, persuade financial institutions and investors to provide the financing you need. So you've got to be able to have a number of these skills in order to move forward. And you have to have innovative, analytical, and also today's world, digital marketing skills. So, and then I want to be able to close off on a couple things about the roles somebody must play. So as we all know, there's multiple roles when you're unleashing your inner entrepreneur. Get ready, because you're going to have to be an administrator, you're going to be a bookkeeper, you're going to be a banker, a manager, a recruiter, promoter, and a marketer. And wow, and you're going to have to become way more than what you are right now. But don't fret, because a lot of these things, if you can harness good leadership, all you really need to do is understand what's required and create an environment where you can outsource resources, leverage resources of other people to work with you. Something similar to what we're doing right now, Leanne, in forming our partnership and leveraging each other's skills and work. And I just want to be able to share about the importance of these roles and skills. Businesses don't fail. It's people do, right? So business success really mirrors one's abilities, their personal mastery, and their skills. And so if people are running a company, are strong in one area and weak in another, business results will show that. So finally, just a couple last points. Make sure you're running towards an opportunity, not running away from something. So many people may be running away. Oh, I just got to get away from my job. I can't stand what I'm doing anymore. That's the wrong mindset to building a business. When you're running away from something, you're creating a negative mindset. You have to run towards something that's your passion, that's your talents, that's your skills, something that you're excited about. It sets a positive mindset. It creates amazing reasons why, which gives you the motivation to move forward and pursue. And in closing, I just want to be able to, final closing, I just want to tell people 5 considerations that they must consider in finding the right opportunity for them. And so it really needs to, when you're choosing a right opportunity, find something that fits best with your interests, your experience, your capabilities, your lifestyle aspirations, and your financial objectives. But make sure also you're jumping into an opportunity where there is a market for it. So number 1, 5 considerations is start defining your lifestyle, not the business. Because if you don't define what lifestyle you want, you want more freedom, you want to be able to work only 4 hours a day, your business will clearly take over your lifestyle if you haven't set out a vision of what your ultimate lifestyle is. The number 2 consideration is ask yourself, what would you like to do today? And a couple of great questions in helping you determine the type of business. Do you want a business that will allow you, when you wake up, you can make your own schedule, you can do what you want at the moment, you can wear what you want, pair of shorts and a t-shirt, you can set your own deadlines, you can quit any project if you feel like it. So these are some really great questions to make sure that you're setting up a business that you can do that. And number 3, make sure your passive revenue exceeds lifestyle needs. And what that really means is make sure that you're generating enough revenue and you're living more on an artist's budget each and every month. And so you actually have profits at the end of the week or the month. And you also want to be able to set up systems in your business that allow you to make money 24/7 while you are sleeping. And there's ways to do that when you can automate a business. And the 4th consideration is, are you doing what you love to do? Make sure you ask that question. And for many people that have the desire to own their business, it's so powerful and exciting that little thought is given for ensuring their joy, happiness, and fulfillment. So make sure you're going to be working on projects that stir that passion and help you wake up in the morning with excitement and go to bed late with enthusiasm. And the 5th consideration when you're ready to unleash your inner entrepreneur is, do you want to live globally? And so while with the internet and technology and business that you can do all around the world, there is no geographic boundaries. And if you want to be able to be a digital entrepreneur, make sure that you've analyzed that and you're not stuck to a location in a community or a city. There are business opportunities where all you need is a laptop and an internet connection. So anyhow, and I just want to close off with a great quote, and it is from Max Dupree. And he's a businessman and writer. And it goes, we cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. So anyhow, with that, Leanne, we all have the ability to unleash our inner entrepreneur, but there's some things you need to do and you've got to become more.
That was so good, so fruitful, and the passion for compassion that's within you and all the words that are coming out. I want to add with coming back to what we learned in discovering the inner witness last week with breathing, and just knowing even when you go into this place with your breath and that you are holding that belly and you are breathing further into it longer and longer and longer, there's something beautiful that happens when the mind slows down. You start to hear more. You start to have more answers. Now, a lot of people have questions. When you start having your own answers by looking within, you don't have any more questions. And this was a highlight I was focusing on today. Now, bringing that into unblocking your chakras. The chakra system is an ancient tool rooted in not only just yoga, but it's been, ancient times in Egypt, it's been everywhere. Even in holy scriptures, it's there. But it helped me because I was always a huge fan with the rainbows. And I could always predict the temperature, perfect temperature outside when I see a rainbow. Now, that gives us insight that something bigger here is happening. There's something bigger outside of us. The sun, the moon, the stars, there's something to appreciate about life. But then as we go and we dive in with spirit, we go deeper. I've discovered by trusting some basic wisdom, and there's a lot of wisdom out there about chakras. The basic wisdom was calling me, and the calling started first by connecting to breath. When I was able to listen not only to my own inner voice, I was also able to connect to my higher self. Now, it took 28 years of meditation to be able to understand that. And why I want to share that with you is because those basic tools that you can use on a daily basis help you understand how color affects everything that we see, how it makes us feel. When you go to a hospital, you see blues and greens. Why? Blues are throat and heart. They're higher chakras. They actually are all about healing. And that's been used mentally, or whether you're aware of it or not, even the color white has been used to clear the mind in order to be a reprogramming tool, or for purity. Red is a really grounding root chakra. You have your orange or sensual sacral chakra. That's all about your five senses. As we move through the body and the body system of where they align with, we tend to see when we're feeling, not only by discovering the breath and slowing down the mind, we can actually utilize color therapy to help us bounce in and out of our business. When I'm working with people that are coming in front of me all the time, I see, right away I can see, because I've been practicing so long, where is their energy? If it's low or it's high, I can use color therapy to brighten their moment, to shift their moment. And that's jumping over the mind in Zazen. So a lot of unleashing that you're doing as an entrepreneur, you're unleashing yourself into a next moment. You're exercising, you're eating the right food. The other thing is your alignment with yourself first thing in the morning. So breathing into your belly, using a 3-part breath, or using a priming activity. There's a lot that you can just go and research, but I always get people to go basic so that they can trust their inner guidance to guide them through knowledge and find joy here and now. Connecting to spirit in your business and being a part of the process is way more important. And that's where we thrive. That's where happiness is. The end result of sharing it and how we reflect that, I use that chakra system to bring me back to color therapy. I wear blue. It's a light tone. It's all about my truth. We were getting some blocks yesterday to get this done. And I have the ability to use color therapy to bring me back and to bounce in, to shake it through, to get wild, and to use this passion for compassion of my spirit. And so I've heard so many wonderful things in this wonderful book that my dear friend has done with Breaking the Chokehold, and adding spirit to it helps you to live a joyful life. Choosing joy, using color to keep you healthy, it's like living on heaven on earth. And that's the whole point of unblocking your system. You see, there's a positive and negative, and everybody has a chance. Go Google it. Go look at a positive and negative aspect to a root chakra. One would be that either you're grounded or you're not. Either you're stable or you're unstable. And you can feel those things. Your sacral chakra, you're feeling intimacy, you're feeling this, but then in your intimacy, there's a block, and you can feel that in your partner. So how do you change that? You can choose to change your thoughts, or you can also choose to change your partner. Your solar plex, your personal power is yellow, bright like the sun. It feels so good when you see the sun. You feel nourished by that yellow color. That's personal power. Now, the sun gives us that. It gives us vitamin D, gives all this amazing stuff. But your whole inner body also has this amazing rainbow that we get to see only when the temperature is right. Your heart is green. And green when you go into nature. First thing in the morning, I was out there doing my yoga, breathing in, looking and appreciating the growth of a seed to a plant, to a tree, to something that just holds breath for me. And my yoga went deeper. Your throat chakra is light blue. You have the ability to talk truth. And you know that healing power. Every time you see blue, even if it's like, whether it's in a boy, you see it somewhere, you always feel calm. Light blue makes you feel great. Your third eye is indigo, and that's your intuitive. You have the ability to listen to your intuition. Your guidance told you something. Now your intuition is going to guide you through it in business. And then your crown is all about light white and violet purple color rays. And those rays, you all know, make you feel peaceful. So you feel content. If those are imbalanced at all for you throughout the day with your business, use this system of breathing. Come and discover your inner witness from your breath. Then use your color therapy. You can use fragrance. You have essential oils that are connected to color. You can look those up too on YouTube, or you can DM me to find out more about them. And use this melody and use this harmony with your business, with your spirit, and be more joyful. And on that note, let's get wild. We've talked a lot. We got great things here. We want you to stay in touch with us. And do you have anything to finish with?
No,
here,
Doug? I just admire what you say. And it's a learning experience for me and for many about just how to use chakras and spirit and energy to achieve your goals. So I really, really admire your talent and skills. And it's something everybody should continue to learn and seek out if they choose to want to be in business, how to become the best version of themselves, be that best entrepreneur, be that best employee, because we are all energy, and we all have to learn how to best nurture and use our body, mind, and soul. So
well that trust that's there, Doug, to be quite honest, I just was a rainbow child who loved the rainbows. But as I did my sadhana, and I studied ancient wisdom with many gurus, 28 years, I was able to understand each one. And there's time to sit in meditation. And so if you want to add that practice to your day, I always try to make it simple for people, is that if you get to the breath, you can trust the inner witness and the guidance that leads you to consciousness. Now, the chakra therapy will open up for you every other door that you need for ascension. And the more important thing, come back to the breath. Between the gap of your inhalation and exhalation, trust that, because what feels good is true. Now, the heightened experiences that come with it may change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And you know what? Even the breaks that happen between us and this time and recording for Zoom, all the good and bad that comes through is perfectly imperfect. So with that being said, we've had a wonderful time here to reflect with you guys. If you'd like to connect more weekly with us with spirit and with entrepreneurship, please stay tapped in, turned on, and tuned in to Let's Get Wild. Thank you.